Hi, I'm Colleen and welcome to my channel. A little bit of a different share today, but it is sewing area related. I got some helpers for my sewing space. I thought that the dark metal little shelf was looking too heavy with the black magazine holder on top of it, so I was going to get a clear magazine holder and a white shelf that attaches to the wall to go under it, and this is little drawers to go under my sewing space. I'm telling you, I love the one I put up. I was poking at the bubbles that were in it, trying to pop the little bubbles, you know, because that's what I was doing. So, and yes, I clean up as I go generally, although if you look at my before picture of where the shelf's going to go, you'll see that, no, that was not staged. That was me not tidying up after myself because it was too complicated. Stuff didn't fit right over there. It fits right now and it stays tidier. Just have to find the right solution. I'm only using one of these clear magazine holders over above the shelf. Changing that out, putting the other two shelves over there and adding the paper holders over here, two of them. The other one's going to go where the metal one is, if it will hold my giant ruler, and I think it will. And I have an idea in case it decides to start flopping forward. And the drawer slides, get it facing the right way, right there. And if I can figure out how we're going to do it, we're going to drop. I got two of them. Yes. I will put links. And first I got my sewing ruler and measured how far apart the screws that I left in from the last one were. Yeah, this is my workspace. And while this didn't take very long, I've already changed my top once. I overheat quickly. And I had to take several breaks. I was letting my battery in my drill charge up. But I'm taking everything I need out and sorting it. What I'm going to use first. And no, I wasn't going to use those, but I did get some spackle and a screwdriver to remove the old anchors. These are floating shelves, so they can go on the top or on the bottom. I wanted to make sure that this little box would fit comfortably underneath wherever I put the shelf. Now I'm going to level it using my quilting ruler and draw a line. Yes, I draw on my walls. And yeah, I'm putting things away that should have already been put away. So that does make it look tidier. These shelves are really light. I just don't think I put anything terribly heavy on them. It looks like the picture shows it this way. Yeah, it would have to be that way. It's not going to give me a stud.
Where's this instructions at?
Underneath those screws. And they're not really instructions.
It doesn't show it like that. It actually shows it.
Okay, this is a floating shelf. So it shows it like this.
Yes.
Look at that screw hole. Is that what that looks like? That's why I said it doesn't show it real well. That's not what it looks like. It shows that hole completely above it. What I didn't tell him is I realized that I bought extra brackets that were white and I wasn't using the brackets that came with it. Shh, don't tell him. It lies. I knew it lied.
What lies?
Stud finder.
Why?
There's AC around the windowsill.
Oh. So yeah, that's hard to tell.
Pretty sure there's not.
What you can do.
When's the last time you had your butt kicked?
What you can do is to make sure you get it right. Put this board flush up against, set it on here, and put it. You're gonna have to get this stuff out from under it so it sets flat. This would be a little trick to make sure you get it right to begin with.
Trust me, it works.
Just needs to get back anymore. Get as close to the wall as you can.
Yep, because
So that's
there's
it.
a cord
Oh,
back there.
well, that's fine. What you want is this thing to set flat, flush against the wall. Put these, with it flush against the wall, put these where you want it on the board. The wall don't matter. It's not going on the wall there. But with this flush against the wall and this flush against the wall, you can put your screws down and you're good to go.
I'm going to measure to make sure they're both equal distances from the side.
Just make sure you're holding this flush and whichever, like put your hand, hold to keep this flush. And then wherever you want this, once you've measured it, to hold that flush against the wall at the same time, and put your screws in.
Okay.
You have to keep the pressure, otherwise this thing can shift while you're doing
Well,
it.
right now I need to measure the... So the question I asked him was, does this bracket look like the picture in the instructions that aren't really instructions? I'm marking 2 inches from the left and the right and drawing a line so I know those brackets are evenly spaced. And then I'm putting the bracket on top like my husband explained to me 3 times and marking the holes. And now we'll use the electric drill screwdriver to put the screws in the holes that I marked. I'm lining the hole of the bracket up with the hole that I marked with my pencil. Anyone can do this. I do not have any special skills other than determination, and I don't think that's a skill. And that is some soft wood.
Yep.
Whatever this is made out of was very soft, very easy to get the screws into. I didn't screw them all the way down until I had 2 almost in. That way, if I needed to shift that bracket just a little bit to get it lined up, I could. And then I'm going ahead and making sure they're all flush. Now, one did strip out on me, which means when I put it in, I was being very careful and doing it very slowly because this wood is soft, and I know from experience that it could strip the hole, which means the screw is just spinning in place. It's not really doing any good, but since there are 3 others in there, I think it's okay. Now I'm going to change the bit because I need to drill some holes in my wall. Yes, I do like my job. This is extremely light. I'm putting the shelf where I drew my line earlier, and just to be extra, I'm putting my level on top. It's just a very small level. I got it at Walmart, I'm sure, or Lowe's, who knows really. There's a bubble in the center. You want to make it sure that it's in the center of the 2 lines on that thing. There's 2 lines beside the bubble. Thank you. And then I used my pencil to mark the holes in the brackets, and now I'm going to drill the holes where they need to be. I was hanging so much stuff up when we moved in. I knew exactly which drill bit I needed. I'd forgotten. So I got the bigger drill bit and realized I needed a smaller one. And I may have done the opposite after I changed it again because I was doubting myself. Anyway, 4 holes. There's insulation on that because there's insulation behind this wall. And I'm taking the screws out of the top that you can't even see because I honestly, a fight with the camera was not one I was picking today. The wall, the stuff, that was the fight. Okay, now I'm putting the anchors in, which I just carefully hammer in. I could have made that hole a little bit bigger and it would have been a little bit easier. And yes, my hammer's missing half the handle because I like it that way. So I'm carefully putting these all in because I have bent them before. I learned a lesson. Don't be so rough. So now all my anchors are in. I've got the first screw in the top of each bracket, trying to line it up with the top hole that I put in. Fairly certain I show that somewhere. Oh, Nope, can't see the top hole. But once I got those started, I put them in the bottom. I started the ones in the bottom by hand. Then used the, I'm sure, cheapest electric drill they had at Walmart. That thing is, I've used it for the last 9 years. Ain't stopped yet. Occasionally I do need a stronger one, but that works. And don't over torque these either. You don't want that to strip out and turn on you. And double checking to make sure it's still level. And it was. Yay me. And I'm cleaning the dust off of it that fell when I undid the screws on top. My husband had to come take those anchors out. I thought I got video of that. Apparently I didn't. And this is my trick for my rulers that I'm going to put in that magazine holder. The styrofoam that came in them, I just cut a couple pieces to size, smaller size. I stuck in there, and those are great for my rulers. All three of my square rulers, my 12.5 inch down to my 9.5 inch, so 12.5, 10, and 9.5. I made it sound like I had more than I did. We'll go in there. There's a little ledge on this that I'm trying to get my level to sit on for me. And eventually I did. And then I'm using my pencil to mark those holes too. And where... I need a camera guy. Whoever's in charge of the camera is not doing good. And that's how easy it is to add those things to your wall. Anyone can do it, and that second little box of fabrics right there did not stay there. I had work to do on the other wall, but I'm pretty sure I did that the next day. And here's before, there's after. Not a huge change, but it was for the better. I'm just posting this, maybe encourage somebody else to maybe make their space work better for them. Maybe. You never know. Take care, be the light you hope to see in others.